Hello guys. So this is a boring video of me explaining some like digital marketing automation in general to one of my students. This is just like a small part. I will be uploading like the rest one by one. I will just cut some pieces which I think might be helpful to you guys, and I'll upload them one by one sometimes. So just focus on watching the entire video. Don't skip any place because I'm going through the mindset. So if you skip it, you may not understand what I'm about to explain in the future. So just watch it, and then I think you're gonna find a lot of value from it, or maybe not. So whatever you find it, I hope it helps you in your journey. Thank you. So this is our country, right? So like if you're dealing with a client, this is the country right here. So the client business is the country. So if you're doing marketing, you're trying to invite people inside the country. So when somebody gets inside the country, let me put this. Let me add one here. So when somebody gets inside the country, the main goal is to make that person become a citizen. If they enter here, they become a citizen. That means they will become a client of ours. This is the main goal, to bring them here. But before, we first gonna invite them here we first gonna invite them in here to like the country before they become a citizen. But they're gonna go into different type of stages. So we're gonna have this here. Let me delete this. Once you understand this, you're gonna be able to so we're gonna just keep this. Let me add one. I love pure numbers, so let me have 6 instead of 5. Yep. So now this is the country that we have. Let me change the color to make it more understanding. Okay, yeah, let me put it blue, and then green here. That means we have money when it's green. Yeah.
Get that money.
Yeah, so here. Okay. So our main goal is to make this person that just enter our country a citizen. And then when they become a citizen, that's like pretty much a client. So now we have to make doors in order for the client to get in our system. And when they get in, the country is the system. Let's say if you go to, have you ever traveled to like, which country have you ever traveled to?
I've been to Jamaica, Mexico, and like New Cayman.
Okay, so you go, like you went to Mexico, you passed through the borders, you went to your hotel first, and after the hotels, maybe you went to the beach, you had different places. And then maybe if you decided that you love the place, maybe you was gonna become a citizen there if all the points align. So this is pretty much it. We're trying to get somebody to enter. They have to pass into customs, and then once they pass into customs, they're going to go into different type of stages. Maybe this represents your hotel. Maybe this represents the beach that you went to have fun. Maybe this represents the people that you're gonna talk to. But
like
now,
a funnel.
yes. So depending on the doors, now this is after the funnel. So this is inside the marketing automation software, inside Go High Level, for example, right? So depending on which type of marketing automation software you use. In this case, we're using Go High Level. So this is inside Go High Level. But now, before they enter, we need to have doors for them. So the custom that you enter to, like the main airport, that's like the main door, right? But somebody can ride a bike from another country and enter it. So they will have a different type of entry. So they will be at a different type of place. So somebody might come in with a bus. Somebody might take the plane. But all of these are ways to get inside the country or the city. But once you enter the city, we have one only reason. Like for us, our country or our city, we have only one reason: to bring you here as a customer. So, but how are we gonna get you inside the country? This is where we're gonna have funnels, we're gonna have websites, we're gonna have forums, and we're gonna have surveys. So this is how we get you into the country. So the main entry is somebody that calls you. So the main door is somebody that calls you. So this is the main door. Somebody that calls you, and you enter, like you put like
Like a
maybe
meeting, sales meeting.
like maybe they can call your business directly, right? So the business that you're working with, they can call them directly, and maybe you put them here. So this is where you put them directly, because they called you, you went through all of the steps already. You don't even need to bring them anywhere. Or they can call you and you bring them to door number 3. They can call you, you bring them to number 2. So all of these are different stages. I will explain you what these stages means. So we bring them to 5 and 6, right? So all of these are different stages. Maybe somebody gets in at stage 5 and you bring them to the finish line. It's hard to write with this. So,
yeah, I can see.
So maybe somebody come in here and you bring them to the finish line, right? So maybe somebody enter here and then number 3, and they have to go to 5 and 6 before they go to the finish line. Maybe somebody enter door number 2 and they'll go directly to the finish line. So this is the main door that we have here. So we have a door here, we have a door here, we have a door here. So like I will put this door, bring somebody directly to 4. This door brings somebody directly to 3, and this door brings somebody directly to 1. So this can be a forum that you had somewhere, maybe on your website. Okay, anyway, you understand. So this can be a form, and this can be a survey. I will just put S, a survey, and this can be your funnel. So you can have a survey inside a funnel, and you can have a form inside a funnel also, right? And maybe this can be inside your website.
Yeah.
So now you can also have a form inside your website. You can have a survey inside your website. You can have a survey inside your funnel. You can have a survey, a form inside your, like your funnel. And then the door, we can have pretty much anything. So the reason why you have surveys and form is you want to bring people directly to a specific location that you already created inside your country. So if this guy come through first class, we're gonna have the Range Rover and come and pick him up and bring him here. So this is an idea, right? So if this guy comes through business class, we're gonna bring him with like a Mercedes Maybach or whatever. We're gonna bring him directly to the finish line. So if this guy come with economy, we're gonna bring him to number 1, then we bring him to number 6, and we bring him to the finish line, and then we'll see if he's gonna become a citizen. So this is the main goal. But
so
our
basically
main,
what you're saying is it depends on their level of interest when they're entering the country, where you put them in the country to get to the
depending on the door that they got into, because we created the door knowing the level of interest already.
Yeah.
So we already know whoever coming into our country. We don't let anybody come in without knowing who's that. Because the survey or the form, you ask them questions and everything, and then you let them in your system. So now, once you get inside our system, we already know who you are, and we already know where to place you. The reason why we do this is because we have people in our country that's gonna be interacting with these people. So we have let's say we have a police officers that's gonna be talking to these guys and bringing them here. The police officer might represent our sales guys. So we have maybe like managers that gotta be working with the people in 3. right? So these managers are gonna be working with people like a stage 3 to bring them to the finish line. So maybe we have like a service delivery guys that's gonna be working with people at 4 to bring them to the finish line. But our main goal is for them to become a regular customer. First, the finish line is once we close them. So like, let's say your client is doing auto detailing, for example. So now you bring this guy to the auto detailing, like they're getting inside number 1. That means they have to go through like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until they get to the finish line. But our main goal is to service them, finish their car, like clean their car for them. Once we clean their car, they become a customer. We can bring them here now. So now we're gonna have different type of stages inside our country. So this is gonna be like maybe every holiday, we're gonna ride them. This is gonna be like maybe every 3 months, we're gonna ride them to come back for like a maintenance. Maybe it's gonna be after 1 month, we're gonna send them like a newsletter, monthly newsletter, right? So it's gonna be like different type of stuff that we're gonna have if you're inside the country as a citizen, which means you are our client now. But before you become our clients, we're gonna go into different steps to take you to wherever you wanna be, which is a client. So as long as you enter the system, we know that you're gonna become a client. Sometimes you must stay here for long until we bring you to stage number 3, and you stay here for a long time until we bring you to 5, and from 5 we take you directly to the finish line. Sometimes you might get inside number 1 and directly we bring you to 1. Sometimes you might go to the door and directly we bring you to the finish line. So it's all depending on what we set up for you and how you enter our system. So you're kind of getting what I'm explaining?
So like if I'm cold calling a client, that's like the first door, and then they go to the meeting, and then they go to onboarding, and then they become a client or something like that.
So you can cold call somebody and they become a client right away, depending on how you talk to them. Then you bring them to the finish line. So you can call somebody, you cold call somebody, and they become like they're booking an appointment. So let's say 4 represent a booked appointment. So we can cold call somebody. Yeah, let me add here. We're gonna add C. We're gonna add C for calendar, right? So maybe here represent when they booked a meeting. So they book through our calendar directly from some link that we had, and they come here. But all of this was to get them inside our system. So once they get inside, there's many things that we have to go like many steps that we have to take to bring them here. Sometimes it's gonna be only 1 step, sometimes it's gonna be many steps. But this is pretty much how I work. So can you like explain me briefly what you understand so far before we move on?
So basically you gotta bring people through bring people into the country, and depending on their level of interest, you take them to like certain steps. If they enter extremely interested in becoming a client already, they can just become a client or a citizen. And like kind of hard to explain. I understand like the main point you're giving. On
like if you understand it, you're supposed to be able to explain it to me.
I don't like.
You gotta know that, because your client is gotta if you don't have it in your mind to explain it, it's gonna be hard for you to explain it to your client, which is gonna be a problem if you don't have that.
Exactly.
So I just want a brief explanation. Once you're able to break the brief explanation in your head, that's it. You're not gonna have any problem again explaining it.
All right, so a lead enters in. They're kind of like they showed a little level of interest. Then they book a meeting, and then they're like at stage 2, and they're at the meeting. And if they wanna work with you, you put them at stage 4 in the onboarding process, and the onboarding process directly leads to becoming a citizen. Is that basically what you're saying?
So pretty much, but you are setting the level of interest because you already know who you're working with. So you already know every level of interest that every client of yours have. So you already have everything set in the way that you know where everybody is coming from. So you know that this person entering coming to two directly because you set it up. You know that this person entering coming for like to four because you already understand his level of interest
So
based on what you set up.
basically, if I have them come through my website and they come through a forum, they're more interested because they filled out the entire forum. They already wanted it that much, so they're like stage 5 at the start instead of just stage 2 and 1. Or like I cold call someone and they're super interested in the cold call, they can just start off on stage 4 or 5. You know, is that what you're saying?
So it's
and
like people can
book
start at different stage. Yeah, go ahead.
And if they book like on the calendar to get into a meeting, that means they're super interested already. Didn't even have to talk to them.
Yeah. So pretty much it's like everybody goes to different stages depending on where you put them at. So this is pretty much it. So this is pretty much the automation. So now you're gonna have automation on every stage and then things to see on every stage to help everybody at every stage that they are. So you already set up everything in this stage 1, what's going to happen in this stage 1, what's going to happen in this stage 2, and what's going to happen in this stage 3. You already have everything all settled down. So you don't need to worry about it. So this is pretty much it. So now let's go to inside Go High Level now so we can pretty much see. Okay, let me.
I like the way your Go High Level set up. I kind of customized mine and it kind of looks bad.
Yeah, it's the colors, I love it. Like the way it is. It's like it looks like the look of it is pleasant to me.
And it's not like hard on the eyes, like just everything's white or like
it's
like straight, super
like,
sharp corners.
Yeah, like the normal Go High Level things, I don't like it. It looks
pretty
like
ugly.
Yeah. But at least it does the job. So the main goal is to get the clients, right? So now this is Go High Level, right? So these are fake numbers, so don't mind them. So now, like once people enter, when you come in, you can see that how many people is in your country. So these are 20 people in your country. These are the value of these 20 people in your country, and then the percentage that you converted here. So as you can see here, so we have different doors that we have created here. So these are like these are for like a snapshot, I mean, funnels for real estate, a company. So we're creating a system for real estate agents. So this is like pretty much an example, right? So we have one for home evaluation. So let me open it up. Okay. Let me see single property or so motivated seller. So as you can see, these are different landing pages. So this is a landing page for people that wanna like for listings. For like if you have like 2 listings, you can just have a landing pages for that. Right. So this is a landing page for people who wanna have like their home, like find out the value of their home. And then this is another landing page, like if you want to sell your house, right? So this is another landing page for people that want to sell their house. So if we do the ads, we're going to send them here. So if they click, yes, I want to sell my home, we're going to have it. A forum here that they can sell, they put their information in and everything. So once you put your information in here, because this is the door that we have created, we have to put you somewhere. So this is for people that want to sell their houses. So now we're going to send them to where you're going to sell the house. Like we're going to create something. So let's go to opportunity. So we have different type of opportunities. So let me open up a pipeline here. So the pipeline is this exactly that we was talking about. These, right? So is like, this can be a pipeline with different stages, different stages of opportunities. All of this can be a pipeline. But let's say if you can create a mini CD just like this one for just people that want to buy homes. A mini CD just for this one for people that want to sell their homes. A mini CD for this one for people that want to rent their homes, right? Just like that. So you have like a mini city and there's stages inside that city. So let's go back and try to create something like that. So we're gonna create we're gonna call this what's the name again? We're gonna call this, let me see, the new home buyers city. So new home buyers, let's just call it new home buyer. So now if somebody entered the place, we're gonna call him as a new lead. And if somebody booked an appointment with us, I mean, somebody is we call somebody, we're gonna say call one. And then if the person say call us back, we're gonna say call back. If the person is interested, we're gonna put interested. Hold on. Interested. If the person is did I make a mistake? Yeah, hold on. Interested. So if the person, that's 1 hour, right? Yeah, 1 hour. Whoever's watching this is not about how you spell it, it's about how much you're making. So let's
yeah,
go.
exactly.
I'd rather say I is rich than I am rich.
Exactly.
We have what's the name again? Interested, and then we have booked appointment. Booked appointment, and we have closed, and we have nurture. So this is an example of the stages that we have. So we go to opportunity, and we're gonna open up that particular city that we have created, which is the new home buyer.
I'm so glad you just said that, because I had no clue that's how you did that.
Yeah, you at least you got it. So you see, now we have it here, right?
All right.
So we have new lead, call one, call back, interested. So these are the different stages that once somebody get into, they can come into. So now somebody can come in through a calendar that we have, and they're gonna come here directly in a booked appointment.
Oh, yeah, that's how you're trying to explain it. Yeah, they could just
Yes.
like come in as interested. They could just come in as a
Exactly.
cold lead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
the
a good
reason
way.
why
That was
that's
a
the
good
reason
way
why
of
I
explaining it.
started
That was
here.
a good way of explaining it.
Yeah. So like I learned, like I have a hard time to learn stuff. They have to explain it to me like just like I'm explaining it to you. Otherwise, I don't understand it. So if every time I learn something, I have to learn it a different way than most people. So it makes it easy for me to explain it to someone because I'm not really that smart. I'll just try to understand stuff and use them.
Yeah, I kind of knew that they could come in at any point on that, but like I didn't like really think of it like too in depth like that. That's like a good ass way
Yeah,
of explaining
once
it.
you understand this way, you will be able to duplicate it based on how you want to do stuff. You will have the mindset behind it. So as long as you know how to create an opportunity and a pipeline, I don't even need to tell you anything. You will just come in, you have the basic, you will be able to practice yourself and then be able to fully gain knowledge yourself instead of somebody just telling you. If I just came directly and tell you open up this is how we open up creating a pipeline, of course you're gonna know it, but you're not gonna understand the idea behind the pipeline, which is bad.
Yeah, I gotta understand why it's a new lead, why it's a call, why it's a call back. Like gotta
Exactly.
understand how they got interested, how they got
Yes,
there, how the
exactly.
possible ways for them to get there.
And then you have to make your clients understand that too. And once your client understand that, it's gonna make it easy for the both of you guys to communicate and to do business together. So somebody can come here and then they come directly as a booked call, a booked appointment because they use. Yes, go ahead.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm not like selling. I'm not SaaS like selling Go High Level. Like I'm doing advertisements for them, and I'm using this to like bring in their customers and take them through the pipeline or the opportunity.
Yeah, but you're gonna give them access to, right? So you need to have them understand.
Yeah.
You need to have them understand. You need to have them understand exactly. Hold on. Thank you for assist you. Sometimes reaching out. Oh, okay. I have this was a client writing me. Okay, so yeah, so what I was saying is like if you give them this, right, and they don't exactly know how to do to do like some basic tricks into it, then you will be doing everything yourself. And then imagine if you have 10 clients, what's gonna happen? You're gonna be burned out. So
Exactly.
you need every client to understand at least the basis. Move this here, move this person here, and then it will be great. So when somebody go to your calendar, they can come directly as a booked appointment. So you have police officers in your country. So that means maybe your sales guys, your closers, whatever. They're gonna come here and then make sure this is taken care of. You have workers, police officers, whatever you call them. So somebody can call you directly, and then you finish talking to them and you put them here as interested, or you put them here as callback. So this is a place that you put them in. And then maybe you have a new lead that come in through a website funnel and you want them to come here directly as a new lead. So now this is exactly what's going to happen here. So let me see here. What you said?
You do like the first call you call them. Hello, can you hear me?
Like they're coming as a new lead and you call them and you move them to call one. So now everybody that comes in, if you tell somebody to go check the Go High level, they know that this guy, we already called him once. And then call back requested, yeah, we didn't put requested. Maybe the person said to call them back, then you move them to call back requested right here. So this is pretty much the way that we set up our CD. So everybody can be able to work. So now somebody can come here in our city, like on the forum. So we're gonna have automations here. I mean, like let's go to sites and we're gonna create a form for our client. A form. So we're gonna create a form and we're gonna call this the test form. We're gonna call it new city test form. New city test form. So now we can ask the people that's gonna come here their full name, their phone number, and their email. And we're gonna save it. So this is the form right here. So what's gonna happen is that we have this form here, and when somebody fill it out, we can bring them directly where again, let me see, opportunities. So yeah, opportunities, we can bring them directly to new lead because they filled out the form. And then the form that we have created, we can have the form inside a website. We can have the form on the link. We can have the form anywhere that we want in the internet. We can send the form to somebody to fill it out, right? We can embed the form anywhere that you want, and somebody can
put the form on Facebook, put the form on Instagram, put the form on just a regular post, whatever.
Yes. So somebody will just come here when they get to this door, they will come directly inside the new lead section because that's where we want them to be if they actually filled out this form. And then now we have people that's gonna be taking care of people that come here. And then we have people that's gonna be taking care of the people that come in the booked appointment. So now we already know if we bring somebody here, this is what's going to happen. If we bring somebody here, this is what's going to happen. And if we bring somebody here, this is what's going to happen. So now, we're not gonna be able to sit down and watch everybody that submitted the form. So we need to tell our system that when somebody comes inside through this form right here that we have, which is called new CD test form, we need to tell the system to put them somewhere. So now, before we do that, I will create a funnel where I will put this form. And then from there, we're gonna test out the funnel and see. So let's go to funnel. And then we're gonna create a new funnel and we're gonna call it new city test funnel. And then we create one, and we're gonna add a new step, homepage, right? So now we just create it, and then create from blank. Later on, you can go to Go High Level and see all the templates, but the blank is great. So now, in order for you to put something, we need to add a section. So you should have a section before you can do anything. So every section, so inside the section, you can add a row. And then inside
you can add a column.
A column, you got it. So you already went through this, right? So you can add an element, anything that you want. So we're gonna add an element, and we're gonna put new city test form, right? And then now we're gonna add the form here inside another row, or we can even add it on top, but just creating this so you can see. So we're gonna add a form, right?
Oh, so you're making like a form page, like for the
yes,
like to send to the people.
Maybe if you add it on your like website, you are just gonna have it there, right? But maybe you can
have a whole page for that. Yeah,
you can just
like
have a whole page for that. Yeah, whatever you want to do it, right? So now, like maybe they went through our Facebook lead form, which is another door, and then maybe after the Facebook lead form, we want them to go to another form again. Maybe that form is like a survey that we have. So we have this and we save it here. So as you can see, now this is how it looks like. The funnel or the door that we have created for people to enter our city. So now this door is gonna be left out to millions of people outside. So we want to make sure there's somebody sitting down and making sure they take note of everybody that come in and place them at the right place. So this is why in every country you see that there's custom at the border, there's like custom seating, and when you come in, they take your papers, they see exactly which hotel everywhere you're gonna go, and they let you in, and the taxi driver takes you. So this is what we're gonna do for our country, which is our business. We're gonna automate everything. So we come here to automations. And then under automations, we're gonna create a new workflow, start from scratch. And then we're gonna create the workflow, and we're gonna say, okay, when somebody comes in, like we're gonna have a trigger to see what's going to happen. The workflow. No, let's just create the workflow first before we do the trigger. So we're gonna say create an opportunity. So we're gonna say create an opportunity.
So you have to put that at the start of every workflow.
Depending on what the workflow is about, right? So in this particular case, we want to, let me show you what we want to do here. So in this particular case, we have an opportunity board here, which is like the way our country system in general. So we want somebody that comes from this particular door to be placed here as a new lead. If somebody come through our particular this door, we want them to be placed here. Maybe we can have a workflow that say if somebody come from our calendar, which I will show you, they will be booked here.
Yeah.
So, but here is for our new lead because we don't have too much information about him. So we want to place him as a new lead. We didn't qualify him or anything.
Yeah, I'm starting to get it better. Yeah. So like you'll call them up, you'll get information, you'll move them to like interested, and then you'll call them back in or something, get them to book an appointment.
Yeah, because we just have like a basic information about them. So we cannot really put them as a booked appointment or anything. So we're gonna say if this is the form that they filled out, maybe on your form, maybe we can have like different type of questions.
Like a couple questions, like have like 3 questions.
Yes.
Like
so
something like that.
Once we answer like have the questions, maybe we're gonna create a different place where they will be at. So in this particular case, we want to like whoever is gonna go through this door that we have, which is this form, they're gonna come in as a new lead. So we're gonna put people in place to do that. In this case, our people are automations. So we're gonna let artificial intelligence do it.
So I don't
right?
even need to hire. I don't even need to hire someone to like call up these leads.
You have to, or like in my case,
I,
I don't call. I let my clients call them. I don't want to be dealing with the calls, so I let them
yeah,
call them.
exactly. Because I have a feeling the clients like know more about the customer than I could.
Exactly. It's
Than
like
I
for
could teach
me,
someone. And
you will call them
they know
and
their services.
yes, you got it. It's like you don't want them to be asking questions which you cannot reply to. It's gonna
Hmm.
be bad. So I
And then
call
like
them.
there's gonna be mixed ups and stuff like that. That's what I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, so we're gonna run them through our funnel. It's gonna be easy. You just call these people. This and
Yes.
that.
So they call them, and then from there, like you can learn from it. Like in my case, like I'm trying to I'm working right now with like call centers, so we can
Hmm.
figure out like a system. We're gonna build a system. Like I will pretty much know the way that they work, and I will create a system which they can just call the leads for my client directly for me. And then we'll like add up some monthly fees for my clients,
Hmm.
but I will not be calling people anymore. But I will not do it myself. So
Yeah.
now somebody comes in here, we're gonna create an automation saying to put them as a new lead. So so now this is the door that we have. Hold on, will text me again here. Okay, waiting for reply. Okay, sorry, I have like some important messages. Okay, got it. Let's go. So we're gonna create a new workflow from scratch.
Hmm.
And then this is what we're gonna have. So we're gonna tell the system that when somebody comes in through this door, so this is gonna be the trigger, like this is gonna be what's gonna trigger the system that we're gonna create here. So we're gonna add a new trigger, and we're gonna say form submitted. So form submitted. So we're gonna tell the system which form, because maybe we have 10 different type of forms for 10
Hmm.
different type of places, right? So we're gonna put if the form is the new CD test form. So
All right.
if so now we save it. So now if somebody submit the form, which is the new CD test form, this is what's going to happen. So we're first gonna send an internal notification.
What
And
does that do?
an internal notification is to automatically send a text to the business owner that
All right.
somebody have just signed the lead. If somebody have just signed the form, then you have a new lead, right?
Hmm.
So you're gonna send them an SMS and email. In my case, I do everything. They have an SMS, a notification, and an email. So we're going to be like, hey, you have a new lead from Wakato Digital. So I always add my company name. The more that I see you have a new lead from Wakato Digital, the more they're gonna
Hmm.
love my company because they see that I'm doing my job right, right? So now we're gonna add lead name. We're gonna have a custom value. So like we're gonna have contact full name. So automatically it's gonna send the contact full name to the business owner, and we're gonna have a phone number, contact phone number. So it's gonna send automatically the contact name and the
All
phone
right.
number to the business owner and tell them to call them, right? Like and
All
yeah,
right. And
call.
if there's any like questions on there, you would like just add those questions, like the answers to those questions into the text message.
No, I let them do come back to the software and do it because I want
All
them
right.
to like be moving, right? But you can also add that. So like let's say if we had like a contactor here, we can have custom fields, right? If we added a
Hmm.
question, it was gonna be under contact a custom field because we create a custom
All
field
right.
for every question. So we can just add the custom field and then you choose whichever question that you want to be answered. I mean that you want the client to have. You just choose that and you also add it, and they will receive everything that you want them to have.
All right. Well, from your experience, have any of the clients been like kind of like they didn't like to call up the leads or anything like that?
Yeah, some clients don't call, but I tell them you have to call. If you don't call, Don't. And then I usually, like, when I see that you're not doing your job right, I find my way to tell you to do it. And if you don't want to do it, I stop working with you before you even do. I tell you,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you see, I'm getting you the leads. You're now calling them. I told you to call them. I have like a way, like I have like a system set up on how they're supposed to call them.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them, follow this. And if you don't follow them, no problem. At the end of the month, I will tell you, I think if you're gonna keep continue doing this, I think it's better for us to stop working because I'm pretty much telling you to do this. I'm telling you to do this, and then I'm not gonna be able to keep telling you. I want you to succeed, but unless you want to succeed, we're not gonna do this. And if I keep charging you, you're not going to be happy. And then I don't want anybody under my business that's not going further. I want all my clients to
Mm-hmm.
be happy. I will be happy also. So I tell them that. So if you don't want to call, I don't want to take your money. I will just stop working with you. I want to work with people that wish actually want to succeed also. So this is the way that I do business. The person that's not gonna be calling is gonna complain at the end of the month. I don't want anybody that will be complaining. So you need to figure that out also, depending on how you do it, and then
Mm-hmm.
you see it. So we have we save this year, and then we have here what we're gonna have is let me put this down so we don't have it. So here what we're gonna have is another, like, yeah, you can add like as much as you want. You can have like another internal notification, but you already see how to do that. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna create an opportunity. So we're gonna create an opportunity. So this is gonna be something that we're gonna create under the opportunity board. So we're gonna say the pipeline which we have created, which is the new home
Mm-hmm.
buyers, and then we're gonna tell
Like the
them to,
spot in the pipeline.
yes. So we're gonna tell them new leads. You got it. And then now we're gonna create the opportunity name, and then we're gonna create the opportunity name. I just leave it over there. It's gonna put the contact full name. But if you want, you can
Mm-hmm.
just put. If you don't put it, it's just gonna put it. But you can just put contact name, or like, yeah, contact. Yeah, just put name. All right. So it's gonna have the opportunity, and then we can have a
Mm-hmm.
lead value. So if you feel like that's a fixed price, you can just put it there. Like we're gonna put like four, like we're gonna put let's put $1 million. I love big numbers.
Honestly. So like if it's like for a different
Yeah,
service, like you're running
whatever.
an advertisement for like a just a cleaning, their value would be lower, and you could like try to upsell them on something.
No, like you can have, like, let's say if it's like a auto detailing that costs $500. If you close that lead, that will, let's just put like a normal number, right? So like we're gonna put like a 599. That's the cost
Mm-hmm.
of whatever your client is gonna charge them. So you're gonna put 599, so you can see like potentially how much you brought the client and then how much they close.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have save action, and then allow pipeline, allow opportunity to move to any stage. You need that
All right.
because like maybe the person coming as a new lead and you finish talking to them and you send them an appointment book, a calendar, and they book an appointment. So you want the system, you want to set up another automation to move them automatically from new lead to appointment. So we save here. So the system is gonna create an opportunity.
So
Yes, go ahead.
what do I do if the prices are like different depending on like the size of the house or like the size of the job? How do I track that or like put that in there?
So usually for each offer that you have, you're gonna have like a specific around like an estimate price, right? But if you know the
Mm-hmm.
prices are completely different, you don't have to put anything. Maybe once the client have it, the client can go put the lead value. Like I have one client, his business, he have like different type of prices. It's like the same offer
Mm-hmm.
that we have, but he have different type of prices. So after he's finished calling the lead, then from there he puts in the price inside the software by himself because he want to track
Mm-hmm.
everything. But some people will not even put it, right? But I always love clients. I tell them, you have to, whatever I have, you have to keep doing it so we can progress together. If I see data, I can help you progress. If you don't have anything, it's gonna be hard for me to help you. So you have to tell them that and make sure they do their part of the job, but you have to make sure they're getting leads. So we have
All
to.
right, do we connect our calendar? Because like that's just like an extremely off topic question. But
They
like,
have a
do we
they
connect
have
them?
you already have a calendar for them inside Goha level. But if they
All
want
right,
to
all right,
if they want to connect their own calendar, then no problem.
all right.
So now what we're gonna have again is we're gonna send an SMS to the client.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for booking our offer. Da, 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 da. That's up to you. The message that you want to add up to welcome the client.
Mm-hmm.
So you save here, and then now you can put call, right? So this is like a way that the system can call directly the business owner and connect them together. So the system will call the phone number of the client and call the business owner and connect them together. But I usually don't do that because it can cause a lot of issues. So sometimes the business owner is not ready to pick up the call and they call them.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a lot of issues. So
So like, so it'll call a customer and the business owner doesn't even answer.
no, you'll call the business owner, and if he picks up and click, then it will call the customer right away and connect them together. But try to avoid that. Try to make them call. We're gonna leave that. Eventually, you're gonna learn that by yourself, but try to avoid that. So now we're gonna save this. This is like a basic. So later on, it's gonna be up to you to come here and then look at all of the different stuff to add and learn them. You already know the basics, so you gotta learn. It's all easy. So now we're gonna save this and we're gonna publish it, right? So cancel, save. So we published it, and now guess what happened now? So let's see here. Let me send you this. Okay. Okay, click on this and
send it on? Did you send it on Discord?
no, on like the chat. You want me to send on Discord?
No, I got it.
Okay. Okay, so click on it and then fill out the form.
Do you want me to put my actual number?
No, just put any information because it's not actually gonna send the message. So
All right, fill
see
it
what
out.
you see what should happen.
Hold up. Let me get on back. Back on.
What she said?
Let me get back on it. I said let me get back on it real quick.
Oh, okay.
It instantly did it that quickly. Wow.
Yes. You see, I was just drinking my water and you popped out here. So you popped out through the customs, and then now you see we have new CD test form. We already put that to add that, and we had your customer name. We have the lead. So now we're gonna call you, and if you pick up, hold on, let me refresh the page. Okay, so now we're gonna call you, right? And if you pick up, we move you here. I mean, if you don't pick up, you will put you on call one, right? Like, I mean, if we call you, we're gonna put you on call one, and we can come here and add a note. We called him, and he did not pick up. Great. So you see, we have a note here, and then if we click on you, we can go to notes. First, we see exactly where you came from, right? And the message was not sent because we didn't connect any phone number. And then we go to notes, we see, we can read everything about you. So we know everything about you. We know where you're coming from and everything. If you came from like a Facebook ad, it was gonna say came from paid social. So now let's go back to opportunity. So now this is you right here, right? So we can call back again. If you requested a call back, we're gonna move you here and add a note. If you're interested, we're gonna move you here. If you book an appointment, we're gonna move you here, so on and so on. So this is pretty much the basics of what you need to set up for your clients.
And then I just explain them how to like do it themselves.
Yeah, move people on and in from one step to from one place to
Hmm.
another. But this is just the basic. There's more to what you're gonna be doing, right? But
Hmm.
you need to even practice this. And I will recommend you, if you're not actually ready yet, you can pretty much maybe postpone your client for like a week and take time to learn all these basics. It's gonna help you close the clients